Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Friday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock. Hang on one second. The Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hoodco Roofing. Of course, you got a roof issue, give a shout 364-1007, 364-1007. Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com, and ProCharge EV, ProChargeEV.com. I realize we're a little foggy there. Hang on. Sometimes the camera, when you put your finger on the lens, the camera will refocus. Give it a second. My apologies for that, y'all. I know it's a little foggy there as we start. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But anyway, all right. Welcome. Glad to have you aboard with us here on this Friday edition of Morning Scone. LSU baseball gets back out there. The Tigers will take on Florida, 3-game series out at the box. Very much looking forward to this. Come on. Anyway. Big bounce back opportunity for LSU baseball. I should still be there. Come on. Dumb camera. Why won't this thing work? Oh, there we go. Okay. We're good again. Good. What are you doing? I hate everything. I'm trying, y'all. My apologies. Oh, that's why. Sorry. I'm stupid. Not stupid. This should be, there we go. What a start to the show. At least I fixed it. It's clear now. Anyway, all right. Now, hopefully you're still with us. A lot of you said, you know what, screw that. Anyway. All right. So LSU, Florida, great bounce back opportunity. Did you hear Kendall Rogers on AFR on Thursday? He said he expects LSU to win the first 2 games of the series and would not be surprised if LSU sweeps Florida this weekend at the box. Let's look at tonight. Luke Holman against Cade Fisher. Fisher is a sophomore lefty. LSU actually saw Fisher twice in Omaha last year. In the 2 games LSU won, as a matter of fact. So Fisher went 3 1/3 in the first game of the championship series. Gave up 1 run on 4 hits. He did strike out 5 and walked 1, but LSU got to him. And then he pitched in the finale when LSU just boat raced him. He went 1 1/3. Did not allow a run, but did allow 4 hits in the 1 1/3. So anyway, so LSU saw Cade Fisher last year and fared very well against him. I'm excited to see Luke Holman tonight. Last week was the first adversity he's really faced. He, of course, took the loss at Mississippi State. He still has a 0.63 ERA despite the outing last week. And that was the first time all year he'd given up an earned run. So I'm excited to see Luke Holman get out there and spin it. And I think because this is a Florida lineup that's similar to LSU, it lost so much of its talent from a year ago, is struggling to find itself a bit offensively. I think this is a really good spot for Luke Holman at home. 10, 11, 12,000 people behind you. Jack Caglione, of course, is their headliner, the power hitting two-way player who, of course, also pitches. Will throw for them on Sunday. Let me make sure they still have him penciled in for Sunday. Yeah, they do. So we'll see Hurd against Jack Cags on Sunday, reminiscent of the national championship game there in Omaha last year. But as a team, they're similar, right? They're batting 298 as a team, similar to LSU, right? Hovering around 300. Jack Cags is batting 414. Ty Evans 360. Colby Shelton, the Alabama transfer. So that'll be interesting. We'll get to see Colby Shelton against Luke Holman, a couple former teammates there. Tyler Shelnut, Cade Curlin, Luke Heyman. There is some names that are familiar, but again, most of their everyday guys from a year ago that were core parts of that team that played for the national championship are gone. So just a very different look. But I like LSU. I like LSU tonight at home. It's hard to imagine Luke Holman having back-to-back really disappointing performances. And I think that Mississippi State team had a great approach against Holman last week, and LSU just didn't respond very well. So, in game 2, you're going with Gage Jump. They're throwing freshman Liam Peterson. Liam Peterson has a 7.50 ERA. He's 1-2 on the season, y'all. So you got a freshman lefty coming to the box for his first road SEC start. That's why everyone is picking LSU to win this series. You have a decided matchup advantage on the mound in the matchups. So I know that's going to sound funny considering how it went last week, but again, was last week an outlier? When you have a month's worth of a sample size of these guys being dominant, they went on the road for the first time in league play and just didn't really punch back. That's I think the hope, but we'll find out. We'll find out what they are this weekend. So, all right, we'll say some good mornings here. We'll also talk a little bit about the LSU women as Kim Mulkey's squad begins their push, hopefully to go back to back. Today they'll play Rice at 3:00. So when we're starting AFR, the LSU women will tip off against Rice. So. Hopefully you'll listen to AFR and watch the game, or vice versa. You'll watch AFR and listen to the game, however you want to do it. So, okay, let's say some good mornings here. Chandler Watts, happy Friday. Remember Baton Rouge, it's raining, so everyone please do 30 on all major roads. Haha. We're probably going to wrap up about 5 minutes early today because I'm going to need to make sure I get out of the house early to get Drew to school so we don't get stuck in awful traffic. Jason H., good morning. Rainy North Shore. Bubba Smith, Spurge, Samuel Smith, Brandon Ingram. Yeah, man. My goodness. Right after, and I don't know if they've talked at all, if we've gotten any update on the injury. I know a lot of people were probably watching the NCAA tournament last night. So BI left the game last night. I mean, like literally as we're having the conversation yesterday about, are the Pels a real legitimate title contender? They've stayed healthy. Their star players have been out there. They've won 8 of 10. And of course, they go on the road to Orlando and they lose. BI injures his knee. He's having an MRI today. So, we'll see what the MRI says, but just gutting. Just as we're starting to believe, with 14 games to go, they're in the 5 seed, and you're sitting here thinking, can they make a push? Can they get home court for a first round? Are they a legit title contender? And then this happens. Von Bluesman, Kentucky has the Blues. Kentucky lost to Oakland in the tournament last night. How about John Calipari? Fraud. Larry Garner, what's going on? Strong side. Good morning, Uncle Scone. Big series at the box. Von Bluesman, where are you? We figured it out. Let's see. Brett Guidry. More, Matt. Seen some videos of football practice. Regardless of what happens this year with the defense, I love seeing Coach Raymond out there. Should have never been let go. And I think it's going to be funny. Maybe not funny, haha. Maybe I'll just kind of do one of these. When you see LSU stockpile talent in the secondary again and be more than competent, be dominant again in that position. And those of you who said Corey Raymond was past his prime and had lost a step and blah, 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 blah. And I told you you're all dumb. We'll see. Wendell Norman, good morning. Okay, there's all the ones for where my screen went black. David Tolson, looking forward to a series win against Florida this weekend and more bracket busting games in the NCAA tournament. Going to be a great weekend. I candidly, I know people love the NCAA tournament, and I get it. It's just not my favorite thing. I don't love college basketball. I don't watch college basketball. Like, I'll sit down and I'll watch the Raptors and the Bulls. I'll watch the Warriors and the T-Wolves. I will not sit down and watch Texas Tech against Baylor. I have no interest whatsoever. So the tournament is different. I get it, because everyone has a rooting interest because of your bracket or what you bet, and there's upsets and this sort of frenetic pace. And I get it. I just don't love it. Like last night, I didn't watch the NCAA tournament. I watched the Pelicans. So, I mean, sue me. Tommy Primo, what's going on? Jesse Brown, good morning. Jordan Simpson, good morning. Dre Marceau, good morning. We'll talk about Roof stuff in a bit. We'll have something to tell you here soon. But make defense great again. Morning, Matt. Can you tell us anything about Greg Brooks? Saw several players tweet. You asked me that yesterday or 2 days ago, and I'm going to make myself a note right now. Hey, Siri, remind me to check on Greg Brooks today at 9 a.m. Got it. It's in my reminders. Tiger Diver. Thank you, Siri. Abner Neal. Matt, want to let you know my wife doesn't like to drink regular water, but really likes Evamore. That's awesome. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you saying that. So we picked up a deal on AFR, a sponsorship deal with Evamore, and I'll tell you how it came about. I don't know that y'all want all the details or necessarily care, but so when Rouse's had their grand opening over at the Florida Boulevard store, we did our shows there, and those are really cool events. If you've never been to a Rouse's grand opening, I know it sounds weird, but there's just vendors for days. Like, so there's so much opportunity to try new things, and there's displays and deals. It's really cool. Like, if Rouse's has a grand opening of a new store, I highly recommend you go because it's just really cool. Just tons of vendors and stuff everywhere. So we connected with the Evamore people there, and Evamore is it's incredible. So it's the same company. It's a big company, y'all. It's the same company that owns Louisiana Iced Tea and Blue Plate Mayonnaise. So it's a big old company, and Evamore is their water. Well, it's a all natural artesian water. When you go into their facility, I drove up there. It's on the North Shore. I drove up there. When you go in the facility, like when you're turning in to the left, you'll see the well, and they've drilled they've deep into the ground. They piped into this natural spring, and it's an all natural spring, and they pipe the water out into their filtration system, and then it goes through the pipes, and they have the whole deal, and they bottle it, and it doesn't touch air until you uncap it. I mean, you would think like all bottled water is all natural. It's not. I've had a lot of education through this now, like what's added to it and taken away. And when you read some of the comments on Evamore, it's kind of amazing. Like, there are people who have, again, there's no like independent lab testing or anything, but you go read some of the Google like reviews. There are people who've been like, I used to suffer with reflux. I don't have reflux anymore. It's kind of crazy, but anyway, it's a great product, and it's super affordable when you look at bottled water. I think like you can buy the 64-ounce bottle for like $2 or $2.99. It's if you're in a gas station, grab a bottle of Evamore, Evamore. Just try it. Or if you're going to Rouse's, that you can buy the 12 pack or you can buy the big 64 ounce. I think the only place it's not in is Walmart, but they're working on that. But it's at Rouse's and Albertsons and Target and everywhere. So Evamore, it's a Louisiana product too, y'all. Jordan Simpson, rough game for McNeese. It was. Your opinion, does Grambling have a chance? Jordan, I don't know anything about Grambling's basketball team, but I'm just going to go on history and say that a SWAC team probably doesn't have a chance to win a game in the tournament. It was very rough for McNeese. I thought they'd have a much better showing, and I actually picked them to win the game. I mean, that line was 7, and they had the doors blown off of them. I guess when you're 30-3, you have the other team's undivided attention. Jeff McKithen, what's up? James Avery, good morning. Jason Wyrick, what's good, man? Welcome back to HUDCO. What happened to Dewey? Again, like, we haven't had like a formal decision on what's going to happen. But like I said, like, we've continued to operate. So like it's all the same people. It's me and Terrio and Tilly and Joe Morales, all the same people. It's just, how are we going to be branded? And that's just kind of up in the air right now. But as long as you tell me to wear the HUDCO hat, I'm thrilled to wear it, man. HUDCO's awesome people. It's been a pleasure to be partnered with them for 3 years. Mark Allen, any thoughts on Shohei Ohtani? Mark, I don't want to I definitely don't want to comment as some authoritative figure without having all the information. What I will say is it sure looks fishy when you give a 90-minute interview to ESPN showing ledgers and all this sort of stuff, and then immediately an about face and say, no, that's not what happened. He stole the money from Shohei. And I think what makes the most sense is, if a player makes a payment to a sports book, it's a lifetime ban. So even if Shohei was paying off this guy's debt, his friend's debt, by the letter of the law, Shohei should be banned for life. And I don't think anybody wants to see that. But I don't have any deep thoughts on it, Tim. Or Mark, excuse me. There's Tim. Taking the grandnephew to the game tonight. Is the weather going to cooperate? Yeah, Tim, supposedly the weather is supposed to clear up here in a couple hours. Rain this morning, and I think it's clear after it's sunny the rest of the day. So good weather the rest of the day. It was just raining this morning. It's supposed to clear up around 10. Brent St. Germain, McNeese played with no energy, looked like a team that had told their coach was leaving after the game. Y'all do me a favor, please smash the like button if you're there on YouTube. Subscribe up to the channel. Facebook, like the Matt Moscona page, share the post. We appreciate y'all. If you're there on LinkedIn, we always appreciate you as well. Our LinkedIn friends, just go ahead and repost and all that good stuff, man. Connect. Appreciate y'all. Von Bluesman, Jacksonville beat Florida 7-6 on Tuesday. Yeah, it's a rough week, man. Vernell Thomas, what's good? Brian Wynn, what's going on? Jordan Simpson, a lot of upsets, fun tournament so far. Kerry Hughes, good morning. Brandon Mall, ready for women's basketball to go back-to-back. Have Tigers plus 900 to win it again. That's, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, man, that's pretty good odds there, man. At plus 900, that's worth a flyer. Because I know, look, they'll have to play Iowa in the Elite Eight. But remember, if you get past Iowa, and your Final Four game in theory would be Virginia Tech, and we told you yesterday, if you missed it, Liz Kitley, the 6'6" forward from Virginia Tech, the 3-time ACC Player of the Year, she tore her ACL, so her career is over. So if you get a rematch with Virginia Tech in the national semis, it's a huge advantage to LSU because they don't have anybody that can deal with Angel Reese. And then you'd presumably be in the championship game against South Carolina. So take a third swing at them, see if you land. Got to get there, though. But you get 2 games at home before you go to your regional. So let's see. Robert Potts, Matt, good morning. Score prediction for Lady Tigers. Think Angel was snubbed not being named second team AP. Also, it's early in the season. What kind of weekend series? But what weekend series do you consider a season definer? So score prediction for the women, I don't know, Robert. First round games in the women's tournament are generally blowouts. I don't expect it to be competitive. And it's not tonight, by the way. It's 3:00. Was Angel snubbed? My answer always when it comes to like postseason awards like that is okay. If you're going to put someone on, then you have to take someone off. And so if you're going to put Angel Reese on an All-America team, then you have to take somebody off. Well, who do you take off? I have no idea. I cannot honestly tell you that I know anything about the players who made that All-America team. So I can't give you an intelligent response, an informed response. And then a season-defining series for baseball. Man, I don't mean to cop out of like all of your questions, but I don't think you can really know that until you have the benefit of hindsight. Like, because I mean, for example, so you start 1-2. What if you get swept this weekend and you start 1-5 in the league, and then you go to Arkansas and you lose 2 or 3 next week, and you're 2-7. And then after that, you don't lose another weekend the rest of the way. I mean, with the benefit of hindsight, you look back and say, well, that was that home weekend against Vanderbilt when you were 2-7 in the conference and you swept Vanderbilt at home. Like, that's when you could say that was the season definer. That's where you turned it around. Because the other part of it is, like, as disappointing as last weekend was, hypothetically, if you go sweep Florida this weekend, hypothetically, and then you're looking, you're 4-2 in the league, you're exactly where you'd hope to be, just as if you'd gone 2-1, 2-1. So that's the thing, man. They all count the same. I know it's cliche, but it's true. Like, it doesn't matter if you win 15-2, or if you lose a series against Arkansas but just sweep Missouri. It just doesn't. They all count the same in the 30. So it's really about getting that number of league wins as high as you can, so you can host a regional, be a national seed, so the Road Dome Hall goes to Baton Rouge. Roll Tide 99. All these busted brackets were not even out of round one. Man said it yesterday at the start of AFR, and I don't mean this to sound disrespectful or come across that way. I don't care about your bracket. Not you. Not you, Roll Tide 99. Anybody. I don't care about your bracket. No, and truthfully, nobody cares about anybody's bracket. If someone says, how's your bracket, they're really only saying that because they want to tell you how their bracket is doing. And nobody cares. Like, nobody cares about your bracket. Nobody cares about my bracket. The only bracket I care about is Mama Scone's, because it's a radio bit. It's literally the only one I care about and will follow. I have no idea who I picked in any of the games. I filled out a bracket on the bracket challenge, but I have no idea who I picked. I have no idea how I'm doing after the first day, and I probably won't look at it again until the tournament's over. Ed 51, should the Saints draft an edge at 14? No, they should draft offensive tackle. Charlie Cavell, good morning. Trivia Carter, what's up? Tiger Diver, with your new setup, any thoughts of having tea over for an in-house scone and tea? I'm down for that. We can go on the back patio. Billy Freeman, how's the weather shaping up down there for tonight's game? Yeah, weather looks great. You got it. Brett Gidry, the water's pretty good. Yeah, man, Evamore, it's great. I'm telling you, y'all give it a try. It's a Louisiana company. They're a new sponsor on AFR. They're amazing people. It's a local company, and like, I mean, the comp is, when you look at like at the pH level and the comp is Fiji. I mean, and it's not a foreign product. It's a Louisiana product. I know it sounds so weird. You're like, oh, Louisiana water better than this tropical place? Yes, because it has nothing to do with Louisiana. They've drilled deep into the core of the earth, into a natural spring that exists. Anyway, Reed Rule, happy Friday. I don't anticipate us losing the Florida series. If we do, is it panic time? No, it's not, because even if you lose this series, you'll have 24 games. You'll have 8 weekends to go, man. It's a long grind. Jay Borden, what's going on? Lowell Cormier, good morning. Chuck Sanchez, good. What's up, Chuck? Get it? Up, Chuck? Duquesne is Jessica's alma mater. She's excited for her Dukes. So, Chuck, Jessica texted me yesterday. So I've mentioned this before for those that don't know. So Jessica Sanchez is actually the reason, Chuck's wife, Jessica, is the reason Brock sponsor. I guess it's really Chuck. Chuck told Jessica years ago, y'all should sponsor Morning Scone. So they are co-responsible for the Brock logo, the Brock hat, Brock scrolling across the bottom. But so Jessica texted me because Mama Scone on AFR, if y'all missed it, when we were going over her bracket, she talked about Duquesne. So anyway, I played along. Was like, nailed it. Duquesne, that's it. You got it. Then I correct her. It was Duquesne. But so Jessica texted me yesterday. She's like, thanks for correcting Mama Scone on my alma mater. Go Duke. Or go Dukes or whatever she said. But yeah, man, nice win for Duquesne yesterday. I think Mama Scone had Duquesne. Yeah, I think she did. They couldn't even say it, but pronounce it, but knew it. Dane Bergeron, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing great. Strong side. Taking my son to the box Saturday after his football camp in Denham. That's awesome. Y'all enjoy. Hopefully have great weather. Ronnie Dugas, Rooney, what's going on? Orlando Magic, poof. Couple more. Cajun Country, what's good? I do not think E-Rock wants any jokes about the age of whiskey bottles. Oh, no, she laughs at T-Bob. She thinks he's hilarious. Jerry, good morning. Flush last weekend. Let's go out, take the weekend from the Gators. Yes, sir. Good to see you, Jerry. Hope you're doing great, man. Feels like it's been a minute since you've been here. But great to see you, man. Hope all's well. Jordan, getting close to 7:55. You better not let the young man be late for school. I know. It's 7:57. Eric Hart, what's good? A lot of topics this morning bringing out the I don't care morning scone. I know. I hate to say it, but it's true. Thomas Spencer, Matt, do you know if Evamore is available in Bossier City? It is. Yes. I mean, go to any Albertsons, Target, Circle K. You can find it. Just go look at the bottled water. Yes, you can find it, Thomas, for sure. I mean, it's all over the country. I mean, it's like Dak Prescott is an endorser. I mean, it's a big national brand. That it's part of the reason why we're marketing with them now is to help them gain some brand recognition and exposure around here. Brian Broom, Lisa Drago, Drago, what's going on? Drago. Reed Rule, how bad was the Ingram injury? Don't know. They had an MRI. Hopefully we get something today. Timothy Fontenot, last one. Christian, are y'all going to do a little play-by-play of women's basketball and AFR today? We'll probably not. We literally can't do play-by-play. That's illegal. Like, we don't have the broadcast rights for it on our show. So the game will be on radio and television, but while we're on air. But maybe put the game on TV or on your second screen, turn the volume down and watch us on AFR. Okay, I got to go. Thanks as always for watching. If you need Northpediast, Brock, they're the best. Give them a shout. Remember, the Brock location in Hammond for all you Tangipo residents. And if you need a roof, give us a shout. 364-1007, 364-1007. Y'all have an awesome day. LSU Daily's live. We'll see you for AFR 3. Terrio returns today. See you for AFR 3. Peace.